All right, bro. It's T, and I'm back, man, with a video on our old fan Mike O'Hearn. Yes, fitness models, Mike O'Hearn fitness models. And yeah, I just felt like I was gonna do a video on this review. Let's see what he has to say. Some fake fitness guru, bro, science, blah blah.
The people for the couple. All right. You ready? You ready? Let's go. Wake up.
All right.
Yes.
Get nasty. Come on.
Get nasty. Come on, Mona. Atta girl, you show it to Mike, man. You show him how you inflame those muscles. Get more chronic inflammation and pretend you've got muscles. Yes. And accelerate aging. And then you got to use all those creams, plastic surgeries and everything to counteract all the aging, inflammaging in your face and everything else and all the stress. La 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 la. Okay, here we go. Mike too is looking kind of puffy, okay? Look at Mike's face, it's puffy.
Really good set. Yeah.
That's a good show. Yeah, come on, look
Get
at
this.
her.
Get nasty.
Yes, Mona, yes. You know, they made a test tube baby, man. Yeah, they couldn't have a baby normally because that's what happens when you do this chronic exercise. She's infertile, he's infertile. So they had to inseminate between each other. They had to do something with a doctor and make a test tube baby, and then whatever. Then she was able to carry it. But yeah, I don't think she exercised while she was pregnant. Definitely not. She would have miscarriage.
Come on, Mo. That's it. All right. So if this is.
Mona, I hope you're not taking anything. Please make sure you're natural. Yeah, she's natural, but she's so inflamed, man. It's chronic inflammation to keep it up. It's ridiculous to just keep chronically inflaming your body this way and then aging yourself, inflammaging.
Confusing to you. Why would you do this? Why don't you just drop the weight and do something lighter? Remember, guys, this.
Because you want her to be more inflamed. The more inflammation she gets, the bigger her arms are gonna look, right?
You're seeing one video. You haven't seen how she.
You know, fake muscles, fake muscle growth. That isn't that hypertrophy? Don't they hypertrophy when they get inflammation? You measure them, yeah, they're hypertrophied through inflammation. You're hypertrophied though through sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, Mike. You don't fool me, man. That's the kind of artificial muscle growth, bro. That's what these bodybuilders get. Yeah, with steroids, everybody says you're on steroids. Well, they don't really understand. Steroids are enhanced performing drugs. That's why they're called enhanced performing. They're not called muscle building drugs because they don't build muscles. What builds muscles is protein, and protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. You can all look it up in Google, man. I never lie. Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. Type that up in Google and see what it says. And then exactly what I just said about sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is a type of artificial muscle growth. You type that up and you find out for yourself. Yeah, look how puffy his face.
Trained her bicep for the last 8 weeks, so.
That's what happens when you go on the herbivore diet. You're a carnivore. No carnivore looks puffy and big like that. They look muscular and lean. That's why they call it the lion diet. Get it? They don't call it the herbivore diet. Herbivores look massive when they eat herbivore diets. But you can't convert sugar into muscle or cellulose. And this herbivore diet has oxalates and toxins in there. They're really nasty for you over time, believe me. Maybe he's preserved somehow with taking these drugs or something, whatever he's on. Preserving them, the TRT, blah, 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 whatever, just to lift a heavy weight, make it show. So let me fake the strength by taking enhanced performing drugs so I can enhance my performance and then fake the look because I can't build muscle because myonuclear domain size limit, progenitor is not donating anymore, reached the myonuclear domain size limit, can't further any more growth there, can't get any more muscle damage because, well, it's not damaging anymore. So yeah, because of the repeated bout effect, it's protective effect getting muscle damage. And then there's all these factors, man. And then I was like, fuck it, man. I got the herbivore diet. Might as well just eat like Sam Sulek, a bunch of donuts and everything, and milk, this, that, whatever. Cakes and things and pastas and weird foods and vegetables and fruits and blah. And I'll throw it in there. Potatoes and everything. And look, I got the herbivore muscles. Fake muscles. Sarcoplasmic, fake fluidic muscles. Yes. And some inflammation. Because it's chronic inflaming the muscles. Man, muscles, they don't build like that. Protein synthesis need to exceed that breakdown. That's really hard to do. I don't think any of them are doing that.
Understand that everything you're probably thinking how she should train her biceps, she's already done the last 8 weeks. So this is that second level. This is shocking the body, going up to 4 reps. This isn't.
So this is shocking the body. So shocking, you gotta shock the body and that will make muscles magically grow. See, I told you these all these guys have their magic, the keys, the formula to building muscle. Mike's got this formula. It's called shocking the muscles. He copied that from Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way. You got to shock the muscles, bro. You shock the muscles and then you get it in there. You put it in there. You shock the muscles in there, getting better in the biceps, bro. Because Franco, if you don't have it, don't show it. If you don't have it, don't show it, Franco. Yeah, you have to shock the muscles. Yes, yes. So you gotta shock these muscles, and they're gonna get bigger magically. It's not based on protein synthesis. Needs to exceed that breakdown, even though it's always breaking down. And then you're breaking them down more by lifting weights. You're breaking down proteins. You're trying to build a mass on the muscle. Yeah, myofibrillar growth. Oh boy, fiber growth. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes. You're growing, you're really building muscles. Yes, those muscles are real. How do we know those muscles are real, Mike? Can you prove it? Can you prove it, Mike? Come on, Mike.
Cheat curls, because cheat curls would be her doing it herself and just leaning back. She's actually keeping really nice.
So cheat curls are what builds muscles, man. Like breatharian diets. Breathing air builds a body. Cheat curls build the muscle. Me personally, cheat curls build more inflammation. So yes, you're building more muscle. Inflamed muscles, yes.
Nice form, and especially on the negative.
You're hypertrophying them through inflammation. Wow, isn't that something neat? That's kind of cool, man.
I'm helping a little bit on the positive, but this is an overload. This is crazy amount of weight for a woman.
Yes, overload. Yes, yes, yes. Myocytic androgen receptor controls the strength, but not the mass of the muscle. What controls the mass of that muscle? I wonder, what controls the mass? Oh, protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. But what controls the strength? The myocytic androgen receptor controls that phony strength, and it's temporary. Go away, and a couple days later, it just disappears. Why in 10 days does it go away so fast? Well, you have to keep practicing at something. Practicing to keep it all the time? What if you create it permanent? Why doesn't it stay permanently? I wonder why. Because you can't feel this fake lifting strength, touch it, feel it, or see it. But you can feel and touch muscle, though, if you could really build it. But if you can't build it, well, unfortunately, yeah. You actually stop growing at 25, but the myonuclear domain size limit really reached its limit at 15. But you want to bypass that. It's really kind of like impossible, but okay, whatever.
She's almost curling her body weight. So if you're a 200-pound guy, try to use 200 pounds. If you're 250, use 250 pounds.
Why do you have to use that 250 pounds? So if you're 200, you should use 200, 250, you should do 50. Why? So you can try to pump out more inflammation and walk around more inflamed than the last time to pretend you have pretend muscles, inflamed muscles. Mike, come on, Mike, man. Come on, you're
Spotter help you, and then also...
What?
Oh my God, Mona, look at those arms. How big are they? 11 inches? Man, I think they're bigger than Coach Blahall's arms, that's for sure. Yeah.
Also load up on the trend.
Did he just say load up on the trend? I think it's load up on the inflammation, Mike. Let's see what else Mike's got here. He's got...
Smooth melting Lindor by the Lind Major Chocolatier.
Why I do a certain exercise, or why do I have my clients do a certain exercise?
Why?
Like an incline press. We'll take that for example. Me and others like Charles Glass and all of us go right to
Oh, you and fake Charles Glass. Yes, yes. Sarcoplasmic muscles.
that for chest. Well, why is that?
Damn, that looks very chiseled. You look very dry there. I love the look with these, with the difference between androgens and anabolics. Anabolics really give a nice look to people, doesn't it? It really dries you out, makes you look nice and lean, while you're still retaining that glycogen, the fake muscles, the sarcoplasmic muscles at the same time. Most of it.
One is, it's a great exercise. Gives you a beautiful upper chest.
Yes, it's a great exercise. Yes, look how nice you look with all those fake muscles you have. You look really good. This is natural. I know you built this natural. You built it natural. Look, if you're eating a fake artificial diet, you will create artificial muscles. Only protein, animal protein, can actually build muscle, and that animal protein needs to exceed that breakdown, which is extremely difficult. But in his case, he's eating the herbivore diet like everybody else, creating artificial muscle growth. So you could do this too naturally, but you just haven't done it because you just don't eat that much. And with the steroids, they just retain that glycogen in the muscle, the herbivore diet. Yeah, the carbohydrate, herbivore, sugar, toxic diet, whatever you're eating. And you're also, killing yourself with the toxins and the oxalates, whatever else. Over time, it'll catch up with him. Why hasn't his face aged like everybody else? Since we all know that exercise, it causes aging, inflammation, all these problems, and accelerates aging and everything, because he's faking it. Takes injections, Botox, whatever. His hair, he colors it, this, that. It's cosmetic. That doesn't mean you're anti-aging. Get it? Or it looks good though. The cosmetic look is good. We're in the 21st century. We could do anything to our face and whatever. Yeah, this guy's a really smart influencer to suck everybody in, man, to fucking scam everybody. He's a great scammer. I think he's one of the greatest fake bodybuilding scammers in the world, Mike O'Hearn. I gotta give it to him.
But the things you miss are those things that I try to really pound down so you guys fully understand the possibilities for you. And that is the range of motion.
Yes, the possibility is that none of you will lift is exact. You could lift heavy, but not exactly as much as he, because he's enhanced that artificially, that lifting, that fake lift, artificial lift, fake lift by taking enhanced performing drugs. That's what they do. You understand? They enhance your performance. They're molecules. They bind to the androgen receptor. Remember, the myocytic androgen receptor controls the strength, but not the mass of the limb muscles. What controls the mass? I told you, protein. Animal protein synthesis must exceed breakdown, but the myocytic androgen receptor is responsible for that strength, that artificial strength that you're getting. It can go away fast. If you discontinue the molecules, then it'll go away definitely, rapidly, yes.
Healthiness to the shoulders for a long period of time.
But that is not that's not building any muscle. Weights don't build muscle. Protein does, and he's not exceeding. I don't think he's exceeding that because he's eating more herbivore diet because it just doesn't work for many people. It's extremely difficult. The difficulty, the bar is so high. And so a lot of it's herbivore diet and just glycogen pumping. He's really pumping. He doesn't need to lift this heavy. It's just pretend. It's a show. He wants to pretend to you that lifting a heavy weight is building his muscle, when in fact no heavy weight can build a muscle. No breatharian diet, these breatharians, could build a body breathing air. You understand me? It's impossible. Yeah.
The stress in that angle is more beneficial in life. I want to be able to...
So the stress of that angle is going to build the muscle. So instead of doing it regular with your hands, supinate them, and that will build the muscle. More inflammation, lifting heavy, more inflamed muscles, fake artificial muscles, hypertrophy through inflammation, and glycogen loading, this sarcoplasmic artificial muscle growth. Yeah. Isn't that
hustle with my son in 12 years. I want to be able to wrestle him and give him a match when he's 15, 16, and I already know he's going to be 6'6", 6'7" at that age, 300 pounds.
Yeah, 6'6", 6'7". Your son's going to be 6'6", 6'7", and 300 pounds. Yeah, sure. What happens if he doesn't? What happens if he's like under 6 feet tall and he's not 300 pounds or whatever? What happens then, Mike?
Oh my gosh.
Do you disown him because you're so narcissistic?
I'm already an old man. Imagine in another 10 years. But by the way I train and the way I try to teach you guys is that span of you guys, you're bypassing these exercises. You're so focused on just the...
How did Mike bypass the myonuclear domain size limit, and how did he bypass the repeated bout effect phenomena? I don't think he bypassed any of those. He never ever mentions it. Oh, I know. He lifts a heavy weight. So a heavy weight bypasses it? Nope. Steroids don't bypass the myonuclear domain size limit. Lifting a heavy weight doesn't bypass that. It doesn't bypass the, the repeated bout effect, lifting a heavy weight, nor does steroids. They don't bypass those two things. So how did he do it? He never mentions it. See what I mean? I know how he did it. He faked it by getting herbivore diet muscles. Yeah, man. Complex carbohydrates muscles. Pumping it. But the circus show is to make you think it's lifting the heavy weight when he's taking the molecule to do that. More artificial strength, bro. On the
one aspect of the incline bench.
You know, that must really suck to actually have artificial strength, that you have to rely on artificial strength to lift something and not truly your muscles that you truly built, if you actually built them. And it's not relying on his muscles because he doesn't have any as sarcoplasmic muscles. And it's truly awful, the fact that he can't build muscles. That's why he's always like, I just lost 75 pounds and I gained 75 pounds. How do you gain 75 pounds of muscle, lose it and gain it and lose it all the time? You don't, bro. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's so difficult. The bar is so high. But sarcoplasmic muscle, eating a herbivore diet, that's why herbivores are so massive. Eating a herbivore diet will get you this mass in the muscles. Yeah, they can retain a lot of glycogen. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
Gives you a nice.
You can experiment. Eat bowls and bowls of potatoes and go work out once in a blue moon in the gym. And you'll get really big fast. Huge, if anything, massive. You don't even have to eat potato. You don't even have to eat any protein. Just eat bowls and bowls of potatoes every single day. Work out, and you'll get massive, and I mean massive, like almost like a steroid guy.
Muscular upper chest. Sure, that's a side effect, but there's so many things that you miss about that. And I've talked about this many times. There's things about weightlifting that are so incredible. Then there's things about weightlifting, if done incorrectly, can destroy you. And that's
Yeah, if you're done incorrectly, it could destroy you, and you do this. Yeah, just fake it. Why not, right, Mike? Like
with everything.
Mike's such a fake, bro. It's ridiculous stuff. Look at this ridiculous exercise he does.
I wouldn't even be doing tax returns if it wasn't for Protax. It's phenomenal.
The first thing that I like about doing this, and I tested a couple different ways to do my incline flies.
Here's a circus act. This is so dumb. And what is this going to do? Build a muscle magically if you put your back like tilted on this thing, sitting improperly?
Is I like the pinpoint into the back because it did two things. It opened up that vertebrae, which felt really, really good. I don't know if you guys ever do that. Like
Pumping more glycogen into your muscle, doing these movements to try to draw more glycogen into the muscle. Like, I don't understand this. This is dumb.
Dance up and opens that back up. And the second thing is the pad is more direct into you, not like an incline that's laid back. So it actually.
If you were to test Mike's age, I guarantee you, because he's taking these artificial hormones and everything and doing cosmetic stuff to his body, on the outside he may look good, but on inside he's probably, I would say, he's in his like early 50s. He's probably really aged to the point where if he checked himself out, he's probably like in an 80-year-old body. He's like his biological age is 80. His physical age is what it is, but it's covered up by all this cosmetic, so I can't really tell. His physical age is kind of old too, but because he's covering up with all these cosmetics, bro, what do you expect, man? What did you expect? Oh, he looks great. Yeah, everybody looks great that takes cosmetic, does plastic surgery. They all look good with a good plastic surgeon and everything else, of course. Man, there's no benefits in lifting weight. Everybody knows, look at NCBI, stress, accelerated stress doing these exercise. It'll stress you, it age you. There's no benefits there's no longevity. There's nothing in lifting. If anything, it's chronic inflammation, and eating the wrong food inflames your stomach. That's also inflammaging as well. So you got two inflammation problems. The oxalates, the poisons, the toxins, your stomach, eating herbivore diet, which you're a carnivore, is not improper diet, lifting these weights, and then putting all this glycogen in your muscle. That is kind of bad too. It's bad for your health. A lot of people suffer a lot. You can get an aneurysm, you can get anything. That's why he had problems before. He was crying. I think he had like prostate problems or something. He had some surgery, something. They found something. I don't know. Maybe even cancer in his butt he had removed. Who the hell knows, man? But whatever it is, it's not good. I don't know how much longer this is sustainable, but exercise has no longevity benefits, have no health benefits. If anything, it accelerates aging, disease, all kinds of problems, neurological, this, that. It just diminishes you over time, slowly, more senescent cells. You gain more senescent cells, you gain more cellular damage over time. It's nasty, bro. Let's see this ridiculous.
Forces me to have a better stretch. If that doesn't make sense to you, try some high necks with a pad behind your back. It opens you more because there's something that's pushing your chest up while your shoulders are dropping over. It's a real cool kind of process. For me, that's what we're doing today.
Yes, Mike, it's a cool process, Mike. Yes. And now you get all these idiots in on it too. And I bet you people are watching this and thinking, yeah, I have to do this. Modified incline flies are modified. Yes. Yes, they're going to build a muscle, man. If I do it like this, I'm going to get muscles just like you, Mike. You're my hero. Mike, you're my hero, Mike. Oh, Mike.
It's a hard exercise to get in position, so I can't go extremely heavy. We already did incredible.
I'm going to tell you something. When I got as big as I did, I was at Gold's Gym here in California. I was at the gym. I saw Mike, man. Mike is like, he says he's 6'3". He's like, we're practically the same height when I was walking around. You know, I measured myself as 6'2", but when we walked around, we were the same height. It's kind of unusual. But I was bigger than Mike, man. I weighed like 285. And I'm natural. Your natural muscles at 285 exceeding that breakdown in protein. You look like a beast. You look different. You're heavy. You're dense. You step on the scale, especially if you got more myofibrillar growth and fiber growth at the same time. So the mass and more myofibrillars. You just are a fucking animal, bro. Get it? You know what I mean? So I went there and I walked around. I saw Mike and I even talked to him. He doesn't remember me anymore. He doesn't know me, but I bumped into him, man. He asked me something. I can't remember. He said something to me. There was small something exchange there, but that's about it. And then I laughed at him and I said, I go to him. I never took drugs because he asked me something stupid. I said, I'm not on any drugs. I never took any drugs. Even when I was at Gold's Gym in Mexico, they asked me the same thing in the gym. I told these people, they liked the way I looked and everything. They liked me, but I told them I never took drugs, bro. These people have like crazy ideas in their brain. I never looked like I even took drugs. People knew that. They didn't really say like you took drugs or you're on steroids or anything. They just were like awed at me, looking at me because I really did. You'll know a natural person if you see him that big. You'll know if he did it naturally. Well, some people may question you, but the dumb people, but yeah. Because, you know, you're surrounded by fake, so you can't distinguish between fake and real. That's the problem. Yeah, it's difficult.
Poundage already, and so that's why this is such a must for the three of us today.
Yes.
Said our backs cracked.
Your back.
And then also really because of this, it's so forced, it opens the shoulders up. Even helps.
Yes, it's so forced, it opens up the shoulders. I gotta go, man. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Mike's my hero. Mike, I love you, Mike. You're my hero, bro. You're my hero. You're the only one that has survived this long, hiding and fooling people. You're the best scammer in the world, man, when it comes to fitness. Even better than Coach Blaha. I'll see you in the next one, my friends. I gotta go. Tell me what you think about that.